3, 2, 1. This is your DJ in the mix.
It's that time that you've all been waiting for. Boys and girls from across the globe, across the planet. This is Electric Vibes Radio with your boy Big Dome, Mr. B to the I to the G, Mr. D-O-M-E himself, a.k.a. Dr. Shoutout. This has been a crazy show so far from the start. We had a wonderful own YAIS3R doing his thing with the hard style, but I have him here live. And before we get to it, though, I want to give a huge shout out to all you guys who follow us on Twitter. And follow us. We have over 19,000 plays to the whole network as a whole. So we give you guys so much for doing what you're doing. And get ready, because we are about to bring on the one and only YAIS3R.
Big Dome.
What's good, boss? How you doing? Welcome to the show,
what's up? It's a pleasure. It's definitely a pleasure. The first time, it's good feels on Electric Vibes.
Yeah, man, it's your time. You know what I mean? I didn't have it planned on the schedule, but it worked. I had a trap show. I was like, you know what? There's only one trap guy that I know I can give a huge shout out to and a huge support to. That's you, man. Like, I've been following your stuff, so congratulations. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody a little about you. Like, how was it? Growing up being YAIS3R.
I don't know, definitely, like, everybody goes up, has those troubled times. Like, I definitely went through some things, and music was definitely my output. I fell upon hardstyle, and Headhunters is just one of those guys that always spoke to me, and I feel like in my music, no matter what I do, it always roots back to like those hardstyle feels and just like my childhood and just growing up. And I don't know, like, it's definitely the music is definitely something that that you can speak to, and I definitely get a lot of emotions out through my music, and I think everything, all the track selections and things like that, I definitely think it speaks with me a lot. So yeah, I mean, that's just like, that's a little bit.
That's good. Let's go ahead and start. So let's talk a little bit. The name YAIS3R. Where did that idea or that alias come from?
I don't know. The YAIS3R thing was kind of like, the name about it was kind of like a joke at first. Like, me and some buddies were just sitting around and just like, we were sitting there and thinking of some names. A little bit of graffiti and stuff like that, and the name YAIS3R just popped up, and it sounded funny, and then it kind of just fit and took, and I definitely just like built an image around it, and it's definitely my alternate. It's something I can live through,
right,
and be my alternate self there. So it's definitely a good thing to have on my side.
That's good, man. That's good. All right, so you got. What's your actual genre? Because I've seen you play hardstyle, I've seen you play dubstep, I've seen you play, drum and bass. I mean, like, you're just an all-around guy, or you're just like a trap guy? Like, what do you, what's your genre?
One more time. You gotta repeat that real quick.
I said, listen to your music. I hear dubstep, I hear trap, I hear drum and bass. I mean, what is your do you like have like a genre that you want to be known by, or you just want to be known as an overall DJ? I
mean, the thing about, to me, like, being a DJ is, like, you can't limit yourself, so, like, just, you can't just be like, I'm a house DJ, I'm a this DJ, like, you gotta do a little bit of everything, like, and I try not to limit myself, I try to play a little bit of everything, put a little bit of everything out there, you gotta please everybody, I try not to leave one person unhappy. Like, I want to make everybody happy with the music that I'm putting out there, so.
Right on. All right. So let's go to I like your description that you give for yourself. I go to your page. I was like, I got to use this for the flyer. Putting the beat in your soul, melting your face with epic drops. Get down, turn up. Is that just a mantra that you came up with, or is that just something that you really want people to, feel when they listen to your music?
like, I mean, I guess like when it comes to like getting down and the turn up aspect, like I want everybody like to have that like that soul feel with it. Like they get down, like they're like they feel it down in them, and then they have that section where it's like it's get up and let's get up and go.
Right.
It's dropping. Let's go as hard as we can.
Right.
So like, I want there to be like there's feel to it. There's levels to it. You got to get down. You got to have that soul feel to it, and then you got to have that let's get up and go and ready and kind of feel to it. It's a little bit of everything.
Right. All right. So speaking of headhunters, tell everybody about that one epic time that one of our good friends Taylor, aka Tree Climber, set you up with. What was that experience like? Didn't you get like a call or something like that from him or something like that?
Yeah. He was working backstage at Sunset, which of course, like in the Tampa area, like, that's like the festival gets everybody's gonna go to Sunset. Like it's the place. It's the best to us in this part of Florida. Like
Sure.
But he was backstage, working backstage, and he just so happened to run into headhunters.
Right.
And told headhunters like about how I was this huge fan, and
right.
He convinced the guy to call me on my cell phone, and thankfully I didn't answer it because I was in the middle of the crowd, and he left me a voicemail. I'm like, I couldn't help it. Like, yeah, it was definitely one of those like tearful moments. Like, my favorite DJ producer calls me, and I couldn't help but have a little breakdown section. So I cried a little bit.
Oh, so you cried a little bit. You cried a little bit, huh?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie about it. Like, I definitely teared up. So it was good. It was definitely a good time.
That's cool. Because I remember that's actually the night when we actually first met. I mean, I heard some things about you. I think Taylor sent me some of your mixes, and I was like, oh, this guy's cool. I mean, I gotta say thank you because you kind of really got me into the hard style type of music. Like, I didn't even know who Headhunters was until after that moment. I was like, oh my god, that's a huge deal. Taylor was like, free. I was like, oh my god, Headhunters called Lucas. I was like, what? Who's that? You know what I mean? So it was a huge experience for me as myself because like I was still new to the game, but things definitely took it off. So moving forward, where do you hope to what do you hope to do with your career as a DJ? Do you just want to be known locally? Do you plan to travel worldwide? What's your plan?
I don't know. Like right now, I'm starting to pick up a lot of things in like Sarasota. Sarasota is like my hometown, so I definitely got to try to pick up some things here.
Yeah.
I'm getting some spots downtown. Got some spots on the beach. Things are starting to look up. 7 years of hard work and this and that. It's all starting to fall in place. The big goal is always, of course, Tampa. You got to get in front of Tampa kids. Orlando kids. Like those are the kids you got to get in front of. So, but it's all a step by step thing. You got to climb the ladder. You can't just be thrown into it. You gotta work for it. So yeah, it's all work in progress.
True that.
Hard work pays off. So.
All right. So let's get to the Tick and Tack, the duo. I know you're part of a duo now. How did that come about, and what is Tick and Tack? Like, that name is just kind of catchy. So tell everybody about that.
The Tick and Tack thing was just it was me and my buddy Taylor, of course, aka Tree Climber. Me and Taylor just kind of we met in college. Both still loving music and things like that, and we became good friends. And both DJ, and it just kind of hit us one day. It's like, why not? Like, we're out here for the same goal. Why not share it? Got hooked up with an awesome after party set. Thanks to you and some other people for EDC, and played in front of Dirty Phonics, which is absolutely amazing. I couldn't be more thankful. Played in front of Nerd Rage, of course, in Tampa. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. And it was awesome. I couldn't have asked for more for a first time set with me and Taylor. It was absolutely amazing, and we're forever thankful. So
it was actually crazy. I didn't even realize. I mean, I know Dirty Phonics, and I was like, it was like when I got home, I was like, oh my god, that was Dirty Phonics. Like I was hanging out with them, but I was working and I wasn't paying attention. Right. So it was crazy though. You know, seeing you guys up there playing. I mean, you guys like brought. I think wasn't it like 4 different rooms, like something like that. And you guys like brought everybody to y'all's like center stage. Like that was just crazy. Everybody was dancing. People were jumping. People had their hands up. I mean, it was nuts. It was nuts.
It was definitely for a first time experience, like something like that. Like it was, you know, it's an everlasting memory. It's something I'll never forget. You know, you can't forget those small things.
Right.
You know?
Speaking of small things, a good segue. You know, what do you think is more important in becoming a DJ? Is it building a following or finding a way to connect with your audience?
I mean, it's definitely, you gotta connect to your audience, you know. The people that come out to see you definitely make you who you are in some aspects. You're there to please them. Of course, you're there for your own, you know, your own issues, but like when it comes down to it, like you're there to please people that are there to see you. So they spend the time and the effort to come out to see you, you know, so. When it comes to like the following, yeah, the following is definitely nice, but when it comes down to it, just getting in front of people, period, is just awesome, you know. Right. So that's all I can really ask for, is just people to play for in general.
True, man. Right on. Okay, so do you plan on? I mean, I know you do some mixes and stuff. Do you plan on doing any original music in the near future, or are you just gonna stick strict to you know, mixing and mashups?
Actually, you know, I'm starting to, I may or not be taking some musical classes this semester and the next semester. So I'm definitely, like, that's definitely something I want to work on. You know, I want to be able to play my own music in my own style. Like, I want to speak users through actual tracks and not just mixes alone. So it's definitely something that's in the works, definitely. So. Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout. YAIS is coming up. So what do you prefer to use? Are you a turntablist or a CDJ?
Right now, of course, it's like the CDJs, the controllers. Turntablism is always something like I've been extremely jealous of people that have been able to do that. It's definitely something I'm still open to learn and definitely want to learn. Like I wouldn't consider myself a true DJ without the turntable aspect. Right. So it's definitely something I'm open to learn and something I need to learn. So.
Yeah. And do you think and find it important for a DJ to, you know, use the sync button, not use the sync button? I mean, there's a big debate about that. But, you know, a lot of these modern day controllers keep coming out with the sync button. So what is your opinion on that?
The sync button issue is always it's always something that creates huge controversies, it seems. I feel like if it's something you're really looking to get into and something that you really want to pursue, you need to look beyond the sync button. I started off with a sync button, but it's something that's as it gets to the point where you take a marker and you scratch it out and you pretend that it's not there.
Yeah.
It's not. But to each his own, you know. Like if you feel like it helps you, I guess go for it.
Right.
But you know, take the initiative to learn beyond it. You know, you can't let something like that limit yourself. So. True,
man. Right on. Okay. So I know this is a big deal going with the whole EDM, electric dance music. People don't really consider a genre. What is your thoughts on the name EDM and the culture that we currently are in?
I don't know. It's definitely one of those scenes where it's a ever turning door. One track that's new this week is completely old the next week.
Yeah.
It's definitely been a scene that's for the most part been completely open with all cultures and things like that. You know, I feel like most people feel really welcomed and comfortable in this scene. Myself, for example, once I stumbled